1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome back to Studio1 Vintage Guitars, New Zealand's home of vintage guitars. My name is Nick Brightwell. Today we have a vintage guitar with us. It's a little, I haven't got any bigger. It's a Terz. This is a 518, as they call it, a small body Martin. Now, for those with the discerning ear, you will notice that this sounds a little low for what it is. We have it tuned down to standard tuning. Generally, this would be tuned up to G standard tuning. But because of what it is, we just want to keep the tension off her, so to speak. And I think, to be honest, the strings that we have on it right now aren't ideal if we're going to tune up to G standard. So, to briefly introduce the Terz guitar. The Terz guitar is a shorter scale, much shorter scale Martin. The idea is that this is the 3rd fret of a standard guitar, so we're missing 3 frets. This guitar has been used for all sorts of kind of applications. In the Nashville world, they were putting the secondary strings on a 12-string on it to create Nashville tuning. This instrument was kind of used, maybe you could say, in recording session as a layering instrument. So they would kind of put it in the back and have it tuned up higher and kind of giving you a higher register of the cordial accompaniment. But this guitar, in general, is a great little fella. Now, being in 1945, lots of things happened in 1945, but more importantly at the Martin world was Adirondack was still in vogue. It hadn't been completely harvested yet. For those of you learning about vintage Martins, and it's in 1946 that the Adirondack supplies were depleted and Martin can no longer get access to it. And from then on you had Sitka tops or you had mystery tops. We'll talk about mystery tops sometime soon, but essentially sometimes Martin would buy wood from certain lumber yards and it would turn out, oh, it was Adirondack down the track. But this particular guitar is all Adirondack, mahogany back and sides, being a 518 style. We have the celluloid tortoiseshell all around, and it has a really nice look to it. We also have a beautiful Brazilian rosewood pyramid style bridge. It's not a pyramid bridge, but you know, that kind of rectangle style bridge. Slotted headstock, so a little bit more tension on the top. We have beautiful Ivoroid tuners, and we have a very narrow neck, a little bit fiddly for some, but you know, depending on what kind of guitar bar you are, this might be exactly what you're looking for. A Terz is essential in any kind of wide-ranging Martin collection, but really this is an easy guitar to play. Like, it's not too challenging, it's not too narrow or too fiddly. Just to prove, we'll play just a few songs that we all know. Do a little bit of Now, let's just go over the condition of this guitar. So first of all, we have two aftermarket holes in the back of the headstock. that's probably where someone's had like the old kind of tag to hang it on the wall. We have some minor scratching from strings going around and around in there, so just standard someone's been restringing it. What I do like about this guitar, and it's a great example, we have the gold foil logo on top, which is what you see kind of from, I'm not sure if you saw them in the 20s, but I've definitely seen them on 1930s, 1931 guitars, etc. So you've got a beautiful example of vintage Martin right there. On the back, we have your standard buckle rash a bit around here. We have a little bit here as well, and just some minor scuffs and dings. The binding is in very good condition. The heel cap looks to be original, maybe it isn't, but it is black and it looks like it's had a little bit of damage. We've got a little bit of stuff around here, around the neck joint. I cannot tell if it's had a neck reset. I'm just looking to see if it's had a neck crack. It looks definitely like there's been some kind of neck work around here at some point. The one challenge of this instrument is that it does have a bit of a top crack, but looking at it, it's kind of an interesting crack because cracks are very bad, but when a crack goes across bracing, the bracing kind of holds it together, and because this is a Terz, the bracing is not exactly what you expect. The X is about there, trying to kind of guess, the X is about there, so it's almost, the bridge is right on top of the X. So in the Martin world, that gives it immediately a very different sound. It's right, the bridge is driving right into the X bracing. But essentially we've got a crack that goes from here to here, and it looks like it goes under the bridge, comes all the way along to the pick guard and stops at about here, just at the rosette. But looking with mirrors, there's bracing all the way through. So to our luthier, Warren at Audio Zephyr, and to our eyes looking at it, it looks like a very stable crack. It hasn't been cleated, it's just got those braces kind of reinforcing it. So if you're interested in this guitar, you can look on the website and you'll see it is very reasonably priced because of this, this heritage that it has. But let's just kind of talk about a little bit more. What else can I show you? Let's play a little bit of Michael Hedges on it. We get comments like, "Oh, you're playing Michael Hedges on a Brazilian dreadnought?" Like, you don't get to see that. So how often do you get to see Michael Hedges on a Terz? Tune good. So just go over the tuning, what we're hearing here. You're hearing open C on the top, so from the D string, that's down to C, G, C and E. So open C on the top, but then you've got D and A on the bottom. So when I play it like this, it kind of sounds like it's a 7th chord with a 6 in there. But when you play it all together, very interesting. First take Mondays, or Thursday today. Very cool. I hope when I'm playing that you can kind of hear as I play some of these chords. You can kind of hear how the body responds. It's very clear to say that this is a very, very good example of what a pre-war Martin sounds like. It has that really great boxy sound, and being a mahogany back and sides means it's exceptionally light. Really feels very boxy, as they say. Yeah, so this is a very interesting instrument. There, so once again, we've got a 1945 Terz 518. If you're interested in this instrument, just hit us up. We can send you some videos and go over these finer details if you'd like. But once again, we'll leave you there. So my name is Nick Brightwell. If you like this content, please like, subscribe and share. Have a good time and we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Cheers.